is very short with people, who is very dismissive of people, who treats people like my servants, like they're there to fulfill my purpose and that's it. I don't have any connection with any fucking buddy, save for a few individuals, and I cherish every one of them. Probably not enough. I don't know. I don't want to be this way. I want to be friendly. I want to make people feel good about themselves. I want to make people be happy to be alive. I want to brighten people's days. I want to make people laugh. I want to make people think about themselves. I don't want to hurt anybody's fucking feelings anymore. I don't want people to come away from their encounters with me saying, what a fucking jerk. But I've never wanted that, but it's always been the fucking case. It's like my fucking cage. I can't escape it. I think it's because I'm more intelligent than most people. It sounds arrogant. It is arrogant. But it's true. It really is true. I've always been a fucking prodigy. People concentrate on the stupidest things. Because I have a sense of humor and a foul mouth, I'm automatically taken off the intellectual list. But I'm a smart guy. Not the smartest guy you'll ever meet. Not a super genius by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm an intelligent person. I understand things that are beyond the grasp of a lot of people. I'm intuitive. And sharp and witty. I may not be the most articulate speaker on the planet, but I can certainly get the job done. I'm certainly far from the most inarticulate speaker on the planet. I can communicate my ideas clearly enough that people understand them. And I do joke around a lot, but that's because I like to make people laugh. It's one of the few things that I do that isn't selfish. And it makes me feel good. There's nothing wrong with feeling good for making other people feel good. That doesn't make it a selfish action. It makes it a completely selfless action. If you don't have to be miserable helping people. People who only help people to feel bitter about it just because they want to be altruists, that's a selfish action. People who genuinely feel good about making other people feel good, those are the true altruists. And they are out there. And the only time that I have even a glimmer of that altruism is when I'm making people laugh. But I don't want to be a comedian, as so many people have suggested. It's too hard. And people are too fucking stupid. See, there I go again. But I just can't like you. No matter how hard I try, you're just too fucking insipid, too concerned with stupid minutia for me to possibly care about. The things that I hear you talking about as if they were important make me sick to my fucking stomach. I can't stand the conversations I hear coming out of you people. I mean, the things you say are just so ridiculously ludicrous. I remember one time I was riding the bus back in junior high, and the girl behind me like, how am I supposed to paint my fingernails when this bus be all moving? Well, the bus wasn't designed for you to paint your fingernails, you fucking retard. How am I supposed to muster this love for humanity that I want to feel when you are so unlovable? How can I possibly like the unlikable? Everything you do is repellent and disgusting to me. But I want to care about you. I want to feel empathy. I want to care. I want it so fucking bad. But you can't be the objects of my affection when you're so insipid and so ignorant and so stupid. And so dishonest. Dishonesty doesn't consist of lying. I'm not talking about just lying to people. I lie to people, and I don't consider myself dishonest. Because you see, when I tell a lie, it always represents a truth. There's some motive for it. I want to communicate the truth of myself, and it's most simply done through lies, okay? When I tell someone that I go to dominatrixes, even though I've never been to a dominatrix, then they know, hey, that's what he's into. That's the kind of stuff that gets him off. It's a lot more effective than explaining what I'm into. It's much easier, more dynamic, more interesting for me to tell them that I've actually experienced those things, even if I haven't. So, that is a lie, but it's not dishonest. A lot of you, the vast majority, portray yourselves as being something other than what you actually are. And that's dishonesty. Do you really think that anyone buys whatever, that act that you put on? No one is buying that shit. It's a mutual social agreement where they say, you pretend to buy my bullshit and I'll pretend to buy yours. And honesty is nowhere to be found. That's what I want. I just want to be honest. And all I expect of you is to be honest in return. But you're all too incapable of that. That's why I can't be friends with any of you. That's why I can't care about you like I want to. Because you can't do that one thing that I need you to do. But you don't give a shit about me caring about you. Why should you? I've admitted that I'm a total bastard. There's no reason for you to want my compassion. But think about this. As long as you are not yourself, every moment that you spend being dishonest, everyone who likes you because of that facade doesn't really like you because they don't really know you. If you are one of those dishonest people, and the vast majority of people are, so I'm assuming that if you're listening to this, you probably are, and you probably know it, then no one likes you for who you are. Everyone likes the mask that you have put on your fucking face. They only want to know the fake you, the you that you project. That's the only person that they care about. Wouldn't you rather be hated for who you really are than loved for who you're not? And better yet, wouldn't you rather be loved for who you really are than loved for who you're not? I would, but I haven't found someone that can love me for who I am yet. Could I love someone as flawed as me? Maybe, if they were honest. I could at least respect them. I respect all honest people. That's why I like Brett Keane. He's a fucking liar, I know that. I've caught him in lies, and I didn't mention it. But he's honest. I can tell he's honest. There's truth in what he's saying. Hard Case owns you. There's truth in what he says. I can tell. I can feel it. It's not a rational thing. I don't have to be rational about everything. I don't want to be rational in my dealings with people. Because we're emotional beings. And if there's any place for emotion, then it's in public discourse. Not when it comes to important issues, but when it comes to how we relate to one another, that is the place for irrationality. That and in our art, but that's another form of communication. That's the place for that kind of thinking. And there is a place for it, and there is a beauty to it. It doesn't belong in religion, it doesn't belong in politics, it belongs, goddamn moth, it belongs in our lives. You understand what I'm saying? It looked like a little bullet fluttering towards me. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I thought it was like the light. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in the tunnel. It's a simple truth, okay? We have to grow as people. You understand that? We cannot stay stunted because of our differences. We have to relate to one another on an emotional level if we can't relate, even though we can't relate to one another on an intellectual level. I cannot relate to a Christian on an intellectual level because they're intellectually dishonest. But they can be emotionally honest. And that's the difference between the Christians I respect and the Christians